Let's take a look at a piece of 3/4 inch polyethylene pipe here, and let's just do a simulated repair. I've switched over to a white background so we can see a little bit better. And you'll take a look here at the regular coupling. This is a barbed coupling for 3/4 inch polyethylene, and it's got a couple of little stops on here. So what we want to do here, we're just simulating, you know, somebody's just trenched right through this and it's just made a simple cut. Now, if that's the case and there's not much space between it, we're going to have to trim up just a little bit to leave us some space here for these small stops. So what I want to do is just take this and measure about what I need to take off there and go ahead and cut my pipe. Now it looks like we've got some space to get this in here. And a tip that I didn't mention before was to use dishwashing liquid as a little bit of lubricant on here. This is a lot better than, say, WD-40 or something like that, because this stuff is pretty safe, and if it gets on your plants or your landscape, it's no big deal. So just take just a tiniest bit of it on there and put it on. Okay, we finished pounded that in there. And so luckily enough, you know, we don't have to put these on first on one of these small fittings, a coupling. It's not that big of a deal. But if you were putting on an elbow or a T or something like that, you'd want to get your fittings on here first, your clamps. And then what we have to do generally is bend this up. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get us a little bit of a lubrication on here. A little bit of Dawn dishwashing liquid to lubricate that up. And then basically what you'll have to do is just fight this and work it back and forth until you get it completed on the other side. And then what we're going to do is take our pinch clamps and line them up right there on the barbs. Clamp one side. And clamp the other side, and this would be a good repair. You may also have a situation to where the split has gone long ways, and a lot of times that's what happens. Rarely do we get lucky enough just to get one simple split to fix. A lot of times when it splits, it'll split long way down the pipe and force you to have to cut a section out here and replace it. So we're going to take just a quick look at how we're going to do that. Basically just the same process. Take just a little bit of Dawn dish soap here, lubricate up our fittings. Put this in. Now I'm not going to use the clamps on this one just for demonstration purposes. Okay, make a little bit of a mess here on the table, but that's quite okay. I'm going to put our other coupling in here. This old rubber mallet sure makes a mess, but what we've got here is both of our couplings in there, and then we're just going to have to make a repair. So we're going to trim up our piece here and basically just do the same thing as we did before. It's just that we're going to need a little span in between our pieces here. And these just get a little more difficult because it's a little bit more to wrestle around. And so on this end, you just kind of have to fight it in there. And usually when you're out here in the field, you're just going to have to bend this pipe back. You have to dig it up far enough and then just work it until it gets in. And so basically, just simple enough. We've just replaced a piece here in the middle, and of course we'd have to go back and clamp this. I just didn't want to do the clamps on this one,